Hello, welcome to this video on Freud's Oedipus complex in film. I'm William Indick, author of the book Psychology for Screenwriters, now in its second edition. The central theory in Freudian analysis is his conception of the Oedipus complex, which is drawn from the myth of Oedipus. Oedipal themes are ubiquitous in movies because they portray the two most basic elements of character development, the integration of moral wisdom and the formation of a mature romantic relationship. In Freud's psychosexual perspective, the infant boy desires sexual union with his mother. Freud was outspoken in his theory of infantile sexuality, the belief that babies and small children have raging erotic desires, just like adults. According to this view, suckling at the breast, hugging, bathing, kissing, and every other intimate act shared by the infant and his mother are inherently sexual experiences. A less literal interpretation sees the Oedipus complex as a metaphor for the son's desire for his mother's love and affection, rather than a desire for sexual union. Eventually, the son will grow into a young man, and his desires for love and sex will be projected onto another woman. Hence, the resolution of the Oedipus complex is a key element in the formation of romantic relationships. According to Freud, the boy's divergent feelings towards his parents, love for mother and aggression towards father, reflect the two basic primal drives, eros and thanatos. Since the parent-child relationship represents or symbolizes the primary love relationship in a person's life, the Oedipus complex is intrinsically symbolic of every romance. In The Graduate, Ben, played by Dustin Hoffman, gains Mr. Robinson as a rival when he gets involved in an affair with Mrs. Robinson. Later on, the Oedipal rivalry reappears on a different level when Ben falls in love with Mr. Robinson's daughter, Elaine, and he tries to run away with her against Mr. Robinson's wishes. Some movies and shows depict a somewhat literal version of the Oedipus complex, as in Boardwalk Empire, in which Jimmy actually has sex with his mother and kills his father. More often than not, the mother complex is displaced onto an unrelated mother figure. In The Graduate, Ben is seduced by an older woman who is his mother's close friend, Mrs. Robinson. The director, Mike Nichols, uses imagery that deliberately blurs the lines between his real mother and father and the symbolic Oedipal relationships he has with the Robinsons. And in Harold and Maude, Harold enters a sexual relationship with Maude, a woman 60 years his senior, as a way to get the maternal love that's lacking in his relationship with his cold and distant mother, who doesn't understand him. In these examples, the heroes seem to impart a sense of emotional neediness and immaturity. They are little boys in men's bodies who are looking for a mother figure to take care of their emotional needs, as well as an enticing woman to satisfy their sexual desires. In essence, the Oedipus complex is a psychosexual dramatization of the forbidden fruit theme. The most common application of the forbidden fruit theme is seen in the adultery plot. The adultery plot is figuratively Oedipal because it replays the same basic emotions as the Oedipus complex. The character desires someone who is morally and socially taboo. The character is also thrust into a rivalry with the love object's partner, just as the son is pitted into rivalry against his father. In the Royal Tenenbaums, the fruit is doubly forbidden, because Margot is not only married, she's Richie's adopted sister. And on top of that, Margot is also having an affair with Richie's best friend, Eli Cash, who is like a brother to him. When applied on a symbolic level, Oedipal themes in film depict the strongest emotions we have in conflict with each other: love, hate, sexual desire, anger, and violence. And don't forget to check out my book, Psychology for Screenwriters, now in its second edition, as well as my other books on psychology and film, and my book on the psychology of fantasy, or my more recent books on media psychology. I hope you enjoy these episodes on the application of the science of psychology to the art of screenwriting.